While the love stories of common people are often romantic and poetic, the love stories of royal figures, who must overcome many obstacles and challenges to be together, are even more beautiful and admirable. Join us in exploring the admirable royal love stories below. 1. A fairy tale love story of the prince and the commoner. Empress Michiko Shoda was born on October 20, 1934, in Tokyo. She is the daughter of a wealthy businessman named Hidesaburo Shoda, former president of the food manufacturing company Nissin Seifun Group. She studied English literature at Sacred Heart University in Tokyo and even took courses at Oxford, where she was known by the nickname Michi. Michiko was also called Temple-chan. Their love story began as beautifully as a fairy tale. Emperor Akihito and Empress Michiko first met at a tennis court in Karuizawa in 1957. Shortly after this, despite their love, societal prejudices posed significant challenges to their relationship. Michiko was born into a wealthy family but was not of royal lineage, which caused the Japanese royal family to look down upon and Traditionally, Crown Prince Akihito was expected to be arranged with a woman of royal descent. However, he fought to break these rules to marry a commoner. There were even rumors at the time that the famous Japanese writer Yukio Mishima was considering proposing to Michiko. The Crown Prince, for his part, did not hesitate to propose to Michiko, expecting her to accept immediately, but she refused several times. Michiko's family repeatedly declined when the royal family approached because of her ordinary background. Michiko suddenly left Japan to travel to Europe. Her family arranged this trip to reduce the attention of reporters who were constantly pursuing her. Upon returning to Japan, Michiko received a call from Crown Prince Akihito. Witnessing his son's love after a long time, Emperor Showa officially approved the union between Crown Prince Akihito and the young woman Michiko. In November 1958, the engagement of the Crown Prince and Michiko was approved and officially announced. On April 10, 1959, they celebrated their wedding. More than 500,000 people lined the streets to welcome this event. With this marriage, Crown Prince Akihito not only broke royal tradition by choosing his own partner, but also became the first emperor to marry a commoner in modern Japanese history. The emperor and empress have 3 children, born in 1960, 1965, and 1969. They are not only symbols of a beautiful love but also of modern Japan. Their love story began like a fairy tale and concluded with a beautiful and fulfilled ending as the prince and the commoner lived happily ever after. 2. King Bhumibol. A perfect love story with Queen Sirikit. If you have ever traveled to Thailand, you might wonder why King Bhumibol Adulyadej is always honored with large framed photos in public places. However, people often don't mention King Bhumibol alone. All Thais understand that King Bhumibol could not have become so great without the steadfast support of his wife, Queen Sirikit. This is considered the most beautiful and fulfilling love story in Thai history. In his youth, the diligent young man Bhumibol was determined to study law and political science in Switzerland. During a trip to Paris, he met a girl named Sirikit. However, from the very first meeting, he did not receive a favorable impression from her. Queen Sirikit Kitiakara once shared, "I hated him from the first meeting. He arranged to meet me at 4 p.m. but didn't arrive until 7 p.m., leaving me standing and practicing royal ceremonies." However, with many talents, an artistic inclination, and a profound understanding of people, the young prince eventually won the heart of the graceful Sirikit. When Bhumibol had an accident in Switzerland, the person who visited him the most was Queen Sirikit. In an interview with the BBC in 1978, Queen Sirikit revealed, "I knew the king had feelings for me when he was hospitalized in Lausanne, Switzerland. As soon as he awoke from his coma, the King of Thailand took a photo of Sirikit from his wallet, held it tightly, and placed it near his heart. I didn't even know when he had a picture of me. Right after that, the king expressed his feelings to me. At that moment, I had only one thought. I wanted to live beside the one I loved. I didn't think about becoming a queen or how to fulfill the duties of a queen." On Sirikit's 17th birthday, the King of Thailand decided to propose to the girl he loved in front of her parents in London. A year later, they returned to Thailand and held a royal wedding on September 17, 1949. A week later, King Bhumibol Adulyadej officially ascended the throne. After marrying, the king promised that in his lifetime, she would be his only queen, and he would not establish a harem or marry additional wives. Both King Bhumibol and Queen Sirikit were very active in social activities aimed at poverty alleviation and raising the knowledge of the Thai people. On average, the King and Queen of Thailand spent only 7 months a year in the palace, with the rest of the time spent on fieldwork. Not only do the Thai people revere King Bhumibol, but they also love Queen Sirikit with all their sincere hearts. Many programs and projects for job creation, agricultural development, and the preservation of traditional crafts for the poor, initiated and sponsored by the Queen, have been actively and effectively implemented. 3. Princess Sayako and the Poor Orphan Boy. Sayako is the only daughter of Emperor Akihito and Empress Michiko of Japan. Princess Sayako lives in her own way, particularly desiring her marriage to come about naturally, a view typical of modern women in Japan today. During her studies at the Imperial Academy from elementary school to university in the 1980s, she met her husband Yoshiki. The two began getting to know each other after a tennis match organized by Prince Akihito. Yoshiki is a quiet, serious man with a passion for photography and car racing. The weekly magazine Shukan Bunshun describes him as knowledgeable and sometimes very humorous. From their first tennis match together, Yoshiki Kuroda and Princess Sayako often secretly dated, keeping in touch frequently through phone and email. This new way of expressing affection in the late 20th century was dubbed by Japan's Kyodo News as the love of the new age. The story of 40-year-old Yoshiki Kuroda, an ordinary civil servant, becoming the husband of Princess Sayako, brought joy and great surprise to the Japanese people. Previously, many men from prestigious families had asked Sayako to be their wife, but none succeeded. Meanwhile, Kuroda is the eldest son of a regular civil servant family. His father has passed away, and he currently lives with his mother in an old apartment built 33 years ago, commuting to work daily by train. Everything is as ordinary as any other common citizen. A royal reporter revealed that when Kuroda was still a bank employee, he was once reported as a potential suitor for the princess but quickly faded from consideration due to his lack of outstanding qualities. Moreover, at that time, other candidates from prestigious families such as Bojo, who came from a former count's family with a brilliant background, graduating from the architecture department of Japan's prestigious University of Tokyo and having studied abroad in France, Sonoike from a former Viscount family, and Kono, the eldest son of the Deputy Director General of the Japanese Red Cross Society, were also seeking to marry into the imperial family. However, Princess Sayako cherished boundless romance. She did not care about the marriageable age or family background. She lived her life her own way, valuing her work and hobbies and letting marriage come naturally. The princess said she would only marry when she found someone she truly felt would bring her happiness. Overcoming all social status barriers, the poor orphan Kuroda captured Princess Sayako's heart with sincere love. In return, Sayako gave up all the prestigious titles of the royal family and the luxurious life at the palace to follow her heart's call. A simple marriage took place.